did at the beginning of this. I don't understand how we can't translate that into a win up there. Especially with the electoral changes we made, you know?
Exactly. How you doing, Shawn?
Hey,
Hi,
I'm
Shawn.
alright. How about yourselves?
Very good, very good. I mean, I'll say this just outright. We do need a state bar association. And I think that the document you started putting together and you helping spearhead this is entirely what we have in mind. So
Okay.
Yeah.
It just I don't mean any like malice or anything toward it.
Mhm.
I was just like thrown back because like my girlfriend's like, oh, like you're helping Nino and stuff because she knows I did the county bar association. I was like, huh? And it was just like,
No,
I didn't understand what's going on.
Here's the way the conversation happened, Sean. We were talking about the things that I wanted, right, or what I was going to push for as mayor, and that's one of them, right? Because we worked on that together. So I mentioned Nino. Nino and Michael were just like, "Yes, we need that too." And this was like 24 hours ago. It's just that quick.
Yeah.
It's just things happen.
No, yeah,
like
I
this,
mean,
Yeah.
it's like I was telling Grayson on the phone. I've been because I needed to work on the appeal process for like if you get disbarred and whatnot, or getting bar complaints in general. And that's what I was like just cooking on to try to basically I wanted to perfect it so that when the election cycle was over, I could just have that, and then I have the driving school legislation just cooked.
I think
they're completely ready.
I think we need to do more than just that. And I'm going to put it like this, Shawn, because some of the conversation happened even prior, Grayson, which understandably you weren't privy to, is, but I think you'll resonate with, we can't wait another 3 months. We need this next week type shit.
That's fair.
And I think the problem that we're facing right now is that there's just so much red tape. And if we don't have the I'm just going to say it, the justices are fucking cooked. This isn't a DOJ problem. It's a justice problem. You were at that meeting with the governor. These individuals do not know what the fuck is going on, and they just want to maintain power when they don't have time for it. And one of those consequences is at its heart is that they don't have time, and a single judge will never have time to be the only one overseeing the development of a bar association, creating new lawyers, and from those lawyers creating opportunities to create new magistrates, of which they also don't have time to train. Now, I know Faulkner is there for like some of the magistrate cases. That's great.
I mean, usually it's it was me or Grayson.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
That's pretty much it.
But even that's not enough, right? When the let's think about this. Yesterday, Jaina had a impeachment, and it was more time was spent by Hart and McNee over her impeachment than any time they've spent training her, right? It's busted. It's busted. And now I will say that the means by which we get this bar association up and going, and what it means, and what you can and cannot say, it being under the, I think we already agree, it being under the DOJ is already pretty cooked in general, simply because I'm going to put my personal opinion in.
I mean, to be blunt, I mean, that's why I have like no cases in the last like 3 months, because every case is a lawyer that I'm overseeing.
Yes, there you go. It's cooked. I'm going to go a little bit further, is that if I was a judge, or like when I'm a lawyer, right? And Grayson is at the helm of that case. I don't want lawyers to be like Tony is sometimes, right? I fuck with Tony, but or like some other lawyers, they feel like they got to bow down to that justice. I don't mean scream at him, whatever. But if a justice is like, don't feel bad about fighting back. You know what I mean? Like legally, professionally, right? Because that is necessary. Not only are these lawyers, it's part of the job, exactly. It shouldn't be like, well, actually, my client did this, and they're like, well, I don't really believe it, and you're like, okay.
We've all had clients, right? we've all had clients being down in cell reps because we've all been attorneys. We've had cell reps where the client wants you to fight so hard you might get escorted out of MRPD by the officer. We've also had them in court where they want you to fight so hard you're going to eat a contempt charge. And if you are too scared to do that because you're worried it'll cost you your whole fucking career, it's a problem. That's a conflict of interest that's like, you know, insurmountable. Yeah, I mean, that was like, I mean, you know, I mean, both of you guys know, 'cause I talked to both of you guys about it when I first made it. That is the reason why I wanted that, and so that, like, not only is the burden off the DOJ, and like, so judges aren't like, I'm not conflicted of fucking everything that like Paul does or whatever lawyer I'm sitting over does, but that same thing, so that they don't feel like, oh well, a justice is overseeing this and they're gonna disbar me because I'm yelling at them. I'm not shooting shots. This isn't me taking shots at people. But like, I'm gonna be real. All of this system is the system it is because the people in charge don't understand conflict of interest. They don't foresee where those are coming up. They don't foresee what those issues could be. They don't look down the line at what could happen. They just try shit. And it's like, sometimes you gotta try shit. Sometimes anything's better than nothing. But you've got to have some foresight. You've got to be able to see where the problems could arise. And I don't think they get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, you guys will both understand why I'm not saying much. And we're all in the same boat, and we want to see shit move forward and be done the right way. I mean, there's a reason why lawyers have traditionally had a bar association and not just under the DOJ, and like, I'm experiencing that firsthand. Yes, of why it's like problematic and why it causes issues. And
yes, we need
a point where I've been accused of being inactive because I don't take cases because all my lawyers are.
Who the fuck accused you of being inactive? What the fuck?
I think Grayson, you were there for that.
Yep.
Brother,
Shawn isn't as internally valued as he should be.
That is fucking insane. But I'm not surprised. Gary was, I'll just say it. A marshal was was coerced, whatever, on behalf of the justices to let Gary know that that if he didn't show up in 10 days, he was going to get impeached. He was only gone for 3. He came back, and when he came back on that 3rd day, the justices, likely Weiss, had already read some concerning reports. That's it. Concerning. That's it. And they put a vote up for a new warden. Then spoke to Yui, said, "Do you want to be warden?" And she accepted under the guise of like, "Oh fuck, who else are they gonna end up giving it to? It's gonna destroy the DOC." Took it. Gary then learns from a lifer the next day he lost his job. The marshals didn't even know he lost his job, and that's it. And Yui's freaking out.
Oh, I know this. Barrett told me about it, and then when that happened, Peters called me, and he's like, he was confused that, like, he's like, "Is Gary actually gone?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then somebody asked for a FOIA for that vote, and then I found out that it existed.
Yeah, it's fucking cooked. But if you want to see, this is the book. Junior, are you making these books? Do you know what's going on?
I can get a load more. Are you happy with everything?
Like, yeah. 100%.
Get a load of them. Print.
If
How
you
many
could,
do you want me to make?
Like, if I could, I'd say as many as you can make, so that we can start handing them out. But I could use like 10, 20, like to begin, so I can hand it out to circles and say, just pass this around.
Easy. Yeah, I can do that. I'll just fucking head up there shortly and just get a load of them made.
Legend. As soon as you even got like 5 or 10, I'll come by, because I want to start handing these out so we can start the conversation. But yeah, Shawn, like, I don't want us to wait. I think there's so much that needs to get resolved. We can resolve this. There's a lot of energy I get about burning the DOJ down. DOJ should not be burned down. We need every system in government to work. Otherwise, what will happen, and mark my words, is that it's all going to get torn up. You know what I mean? If the government fails, if this fails, it could be the end of democracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we'll end the way to July last year, right? There'll be blood in the streets again. Failure is not an option.
Yes. Agreed.
How are you anyway, Shawn? I don't really feel like I get to speak to you much these days.
Oh, I'm great. I'm so great. I yelled at by 4 different officers yesterday about a warrant being overturned.
I think
Yeah.
I've got that coming right now, and I'm not even working at the moment.
And honestly, transparently with the warrants being overturned, I don't agree with doing it in general. I feel like if the warrant is bad, then it needs to be like an ACR, or and then you sue whoever signed it for a civil rights
Accountability
violation.
for signing bad warrants? What? Wait, what? How?
Like, I mean, that's effectively what this is skirting, right? Like, of the panel of us flipping the warrant and then nothing else coming of that. It's like
That's well put together.
there's no accountability for those who wrote it or those who signed it.
It's wild, because...
But then we're getting yelled at because we flipped it, and
The energy
It's
change
our
is
fault.
insane, Sean. Because, like, you know, after that...
It is, though.
I got dragged into an office and talked to by Hart and Hollow. The only 2 justices who weren't involved. So the justices at that point were Hart, Hollow, and Angel. Angel recused herself, so I got dragged into a room by Hart and Hollow. And my job got threatened. I got told flat out, if you sign a bad warrant, you'll get fired. No one else is getting fired.
I also feel like that's just like a ridiculous thing to say.
I'll shoot it like this. I will say, and you might not like to hear this, Sean, but it is on the DOJ, and the reason is that they're the final check, right? So inherently, a justice having signed it, they have now said that at the highest level of the judiciary, this warrant is good. So then for another 2 justices to come in and say, nah, dog, it's not, actually
No,
is an
I
issue.
agree with you there.
But
I agree with you there 100%. That's why I'm saying, like, the whole concept of like flipping the warrant is I don't like that, because it should just be straight accountability. Like, if it's a bad warrant, it should be straight accountability to people who did it. Not like,
I agree.
we flipped it and nothing happens.
Yes. So in saying
What
that,
happens now? Like, there's nothing legislative that happens beyond us flipping it. We just fucked the PD, and now the PD's morale is decreased because, yeah.
well, then there's the flip side of it, right? Is like what happens when the warrant is really bad and a sitting justice forces a judge to sign something under the threat of, losing their job. And then because they signed it, they get a little pat on the back and they become a justice. I don't know. You know anything about that? Grayson?
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know about this, Sean?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's cooked. I think a judicial review of a warrant is probably good, but it would be good if it was based. If you have not yet read,
I think it's good for input, like for someone to look at it and say, "Hey, this is a bad warrant," so that they could take it to a civil case and say, "Look, we had a judicial review of the warrant and it was bad, so we want compensation for a rights violation."
well, I'm going to go a bit further than that. I will say that I think the most soberest take is the one that Bailey wrote in the letter, which I don't know if you've seen it.
I have.
In what he's saying in there is that there does need to be consistency on the bar, right? Because PD is trying to go over that bar. They need to. That makes sense. But there's a second bit, is that the overturning should be not based on, well, there needs to be a underlining legal reason, right? Like a big overlining, not, well, she, you know, Opal used these words.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, what's going
Hi.
on?
Hello.
Oh, can we help you? Are you lost? Oh. All right.
You good?
Walker?
Maybe he's Oh wait,
does?
this is the new Justice.
No, he's here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Don't
Yeah.
throw a rock at him. What's wrong with you?
No, I was just gonna go catch it. Do you reckon if I like throw it, it'll go run after it?
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, is that a rock?
Oh
Huh.
shit.
Oh, well.
All right.
Well, it works.
I think fundamentally we're kind of on the same page here. Like
Oh, 100%.
maybe the whole like way that warrants get reviewed maybe needs to change a little bit. I do agree
I mean,
that if
here's the
it's
thing,
that
like,
bad, why isn't he ACR'd?
Well, it's not just that, right? Like legally, the procedure's gone nowhere, right? Because this is an assessment about whether or not evidence should be added into the criminal court case, right? Because that's what it is. You look at the warrant, you decide, no, this is no good. You fruit of the poisonous tree, you yeet that evidence, but it doesn't necessarily like remove criminal charges. It's just evidence that can no longer be added.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next should be civil suits against the signatures from the victim, right? They should be filing civil suit for remedy against their rights violation. But then there should also then be ACR's impeachments based on, you know, either incompetence or dereliction of duties or breach of oath, right? Like any of those things could fit depending on the way you wish to interpret them. But like this should be step one. This shouldn't be the end of the procedure. And the issue is this will be the end of the procedure, right? Like nobody's going to go any further, which is kind of like half the broken part. Because if you proceed, say Ledson starts suing the DOJ for financial redress because he had his fucking doors kicked in and they shouldn't have been, and he got a, I don't know,
I
$2 million
am slowly
settlement,
saying
and
that
maybe somebody
bench
had to come out of
reviews
fucking
are
Murray's own
bad.
pocket for signing a warrant, then we're talking accountability, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that like the procedure like it needs to result in an impeachment or ACR every time it happens, but like I feel like that is the remedy to like badly signed warrants.
Mm.
I'm going to say something that's probably going to piss you guys off.
Okay.
I think that first off, the search and seizure legislation is fucking dog shit.
100% agree.
It was very simple at first, and then, you know, the dumb fuck who will be not named just added a bunch of shit in there. Without any consultation, thus leading it to just being a scratch pad. I think it needs to be reformed. And
ground up, start again. It's
Yes.
a mess. It's barely comprehensible in places.
Absolutely. And it should be written in such a way that those warrants actually dictate from financial to phone to raid what a subpoena should be aiming to do legally.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would, quite frankly, resolve this. 90% of the problem.
There's other stuff too, right? There's other stuff too, right? The PD, specifically through the marshals, are doing things like investigative and surveillance, and none of that's really covered.
Oh,
like,
you're right.
So, like, there's way more actually happening that is legislated for.
I agree.
I mean, Barrett stretches shit all the fucking time. Like, some of the stuff he tries, like, it should 100% be more comprehensive than it is.
I think that's it right there. And I think it's good for everybody at the end of the day. PD knows roughly where you should not, as law enforcement or whatever, whoever it is, should not have to They cannot even review past cases in order to determine what the bar is. And simultaneously, a judge or whoever who's signing it, if that bar is just up and down, up and down, and up and down, no bueno. Oh shit, Michael.
Agreed.
Hey, Michael. We're over at Legion Square.
Okay.
He's on his way. Can you send me the copy of your of the document?
Yeah.
Where did Tony go, by the way? Because I need to go meet with him.
Oh, I'm not sure. We were actually about to leave, and then the Shawn conversation happened. Tony needs some help. He seems a little deflated. I think unsure of himself, possibly. And my biggest advice to him is that he needs to start building his cabinet beyond our cabinet. Because at the end of the day, if he leans on our cabinet, he's going to be coming in as number 2. You know what I mean? He needs the Tony platform. He needs to start that today. Because the mayor is nothing without the people that support him. You know what I mean? I could not do what I have done without you guys. And that includes, like, you know, conversations with Shawn and Greyson over the many whiles. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just going to be Tony cannot. If he wants a legit shot at this, it's got to be beyond just, hi, my name is Tony, right?
He needs a vision.
I think Tony can do a good job. We just need to fight. He just needs to break out of.
But we
like
know
said,
Tony,
the cabinet,
right? The voter base doesn't. You get what I'm saying?
But how can we get people to know Tony?
Nino.
Oh, thank you.
But I do got a dip. I'm moved up to Polito, so we're just still trying to move stuff up there. But like I said, if you need anything, let me know.
We'll do.
But you're more than welcome to use that as you wish.
I thought you were shut down on this.
Not officially. I got some like, I don't know about this, and then I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna iron it out and make it so that it's what I want it to be. And then if they say no, then I just do the mayor's.
Let's plan to send this off. Let's say Sunday. Let's give ourselves a hard date. We will put in our commentary, and then maybe Sunday we discuss, any of the changes.
I won't be around Sunday.
Monday?
Yeah, I'll be around Monday. I have a case on Monday.
Okay, easy.
Hopefully.
All right.
But yeah, you guys take it easy, okay?
Yep, you too.
Love you, Shawn.
Bye, Shawn.
I woke up this morning, Michael, debating whether I'd run or not, and I spoke to a handful of folks, and they're like, who else is going to do it? Makes sense. Coupled that with the plan that we had. Remedy's also off the books, given she's got a felony. And so it's like Party Hardy and, Jamarcus.
Yeah.
Yes. I tweeted out, retweets came out, posting the website, etc., etc. I'm aiming to have like at least 10 to 20 books so I can at least hand out to circles, like what we're aiming to do. And I think to get you guys up to speed, me and Michael put a short list of what needs to be done, priority-wise, because we have so much on our plate. It's important to prioritize. To share that priority list. Number 1, campaign book. It's done. Number 3, the campaign, obviously. And then I think after that, I can't share all the priority list. But at the top is meeting notes from the governor.
Already done.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you sound like death.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Need like a movie trailer or something.
In
Nino Chavez.
a world where the DOJ becomes, you know, a dictators.
I don't know. I thought he sounded like my old friend Norman.
Oh my.
Nino knows.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. All right. Anything else we got to chop up? Otherwise, I'm gonna steal Michael here and feed him some honey tea or something.
I'm gonna. I need to speak on you through it, Nino, whenever you're free. But I'll get
let's chat
those
now.
books sorted.
Yeah. Do you want to chat now or get the 10 books done first?
I honestly don't mind, whichever works.
Let's do the books first, because then I can start handing them out, you know, to circles.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
I'll head
Aim
over
for
to,
10 to
the
20.
lobby.
Obviously, we want to eventually get like 100 or whatever the fuck. And I can help with that. I just starting with the 10 or 20 is good, and you know, I can assist in printing as well. So
yeah, so it's just the process, and it'll take a minute, but I'll go head over Liquid Library and then give you a call when I got the books.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, see you guys in a bit.
Back some phone calls. You be good. Feel better, Michael.
Thank you.
All right.
Grayson, how did Newcastle get on the weekend?
We beat Leicester 3-0. Oh, all right. Way I. And 2 from Jacob Murphy.
He's in my FPL. He is cooking this year, bro.
He's having. You remember a couple of years ago when Almiron had that fucking amazing year? This is Murphy's. It just is. He's like nobody's expecting him to do it again next year, right? Like, but this year, I will take it.
I'm a Cardiff fan, right? We were up in the Prem like 5-6 years ago. We signed Jacob's twin brother Josh. 11 million.
So you understand the technology of our
Yeah, I was very much doubting myself as to whether I wanted to do it again, and then I'm like, it just needs to be done.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. My plan is once Junior gets a handful of